they did the Monster Mash.
The Monster Mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
Well, if you haven't come up with a Halloween costume just yet, time is running out. Local Halloween shops have been busy all week, and you might not be able to find what you're looking for.
But that doesn't mean you can't win Best Costume. You just need to get a little creative with what you've got. And the stylist at About Faces Day Spa and Salon can help.
A mermaid, a fox, and a scarecrow. And whether you're a child or a child at heart, this holiday really is for all ages.
Yeah, there's a lot of great things out there that you can do, you know, if you're going to be going to a Halloween party or just having fun with friends at home, taking your kids trick-or-treating, you can partake in it as well, or help them to get ready with their costume and make it a little bit more fun.
And getting the right look doesn't take much money, just a little creativity, as seen with this mermaid look.
So a mermaid's really cool. It's something, again, that you could kind of recreate on your child, or, you know, every little kid loves a Little Mermaid. So, you know, you can kind of help to step it up a notch from the regular costume you might get from a Halloween store.
Fishnet stockings are used to get the scaly fish look.
So basically we use blues and greens, and what we did was we put the fishnets on, and then we just applied the color to the areas that we were looking to make a little bit more scaly. And then we accented the nose some, made it a little bit more dramatic around the eyes, added in some fake eyelashes as well, and a lot of shimmer, again, just to add a little bit of a glowy look, almost as if there was water on her skin.
Then there's the mermaid hair.
We braided her hair basically to get a really textury, kind of wavy look. If you have curly hair already, then you pretty much are halfway there. If not, this is just kind of giving the texture behind it.
After the braids are out, then it's time to fluff up the do to complete the mermaid look. The next look, a scarecrow.
We're making a pretty scarecrow, so it's not going to be, you know, too ratty like what you would think of a scarecrow out in the field.
For this look, Crystal started with the hair, creating some not-so-organized braids. The makeup is done with face paint, making different colors of spots, stitches, and patches. A floppy straw hat finishes it off. And we can't forget the fox.
So the fox makeup, again, we're just taking and shading in the areas of what you would see naturally on a fox. So around her lip area, we're using a little more white, and then into the black to shade. And then we're adding, of course, a fox nose, which is a black nose.
The fox ears are done with hair.
So we're just going to kind of give a little more of a natural look to what a fox would look like if it was a person. And those points good.
Crystal says if you don't want to go all out with a costume,
maybe you don't really want to dress up a whole lot, but you're going to take your kids trick-or-treating, or you're going to go to a party, and you still want to seem festive.
There's plenty of Halloween touches you can create, especially on your nails.
And you could always do some fun nail art and do pumpkins or candy corn or, you know, spider webs. There's all different kinds of things that you can kind of play around with and just have added on to your regular manicure that you would get, and just kind of carried out for that holiday.
A holiday with many colorful and creative possibilities.
And Crystal adds, you don't have to spend a lot of money or on the makeup that you use. You can use shades you already have, or you can buy Halloween face paint, which is what Sean and I used for our Jack and Sally look here.
This is a first for me, this covered in makeup.
Covered in makeup, yeah.
Well, as we discovered this afternoon, painting your face to celebrate Halloween is a lot of fun, but unfortunately, not everyone's skin tolerates the extra layers of color. Pediatrician Dr. Lisa Yamakawa, who joined us on the show last year, says it's best to do a little test the night before the big night.
Especially if you're the kind of person who tends to get rashes or something like that, eczema, sensitive skin, whatever you want to call it. It is something that can happen, and before you put it all over your face, especially if your child is one of those who tends to rash out, you know, do a patch test. You know, put a little bit on your arm, behind your ear, someplace equally, you know, thin, and see, you know, leave it on for 12 hours or so and see what happens. And if your child gets a rash, then, you know, maybe don't paint it all over the place.
Good advice, and Lisa, I hope that blue comes off
I
your
know.
skin.
If not, it will be a very interesting weekend. Well, some measures people go to get the right look could result in more serious problems. I'm talking about colored or decorated eye contacts. Dr. Catherine Smoot from Chesapeake Eye Center says the dangers of wearing such contacts can include poor fit, which can create issues ranging from pain, discomfort, and redness to severe infection of the cornea that can lead to loss of vision. Now, the FDA reminds you it's illegal for anyone to sell you contact lenses of any kind without a prescription, so be very careful. Well, would you want to see a ghost? I'm not talking about a trick-or-treater in a white sheet. Up next on Delmarva Life, see what happens when we set out on a search for ghosts at some of the top haunted places on the Eastern Shore.
Or if you're more of a thrill seeker, you can tag along with ghost hunters and see what goes bump in the night. We'll show you what happens when one group checks out a haunted museum.
And if you want to pull an all-nighter, apparently there's an extra guest at the Dunes Manor Hotel in Ocean City. What and who guests have reported seeing and why you don't need to be frightened if you booked a stay. But first, did you know orange and black are Halloween colors because orange is associated with the fall harvest and black is associated with darkness and death?
Who knew? Delmarva Life. We'll be right back.